And welcome back to another one of Professor Bumblefuck Tired. That's me. Another, we can make some food today. So here we have everything set up. You can tell my technique is improving and all set up and ready to go. We're going to do this fast. So today we're making a delectable, hearty, savory, just stalwart, immune to most forms of damage. We're making a pork boneless sirloin roast, and we're going to slow cook it. Okay, I'm not going to show you the whole process. Don't worry. I'm just going to show you how to prep this beast and how to put it in there. So we're just going to put the roast back in the oven. Not there. I mean the refrigeration unit. Haha, not the oven. To the refrigeration unit. And also off screen here, to keep them nice and cold, we have French cut cooking carrots, premium matchsticks. I'm not sure what makes them premium above regular carrots, but yeah, it's in the fridge. Okay, so you'll notice here, and let me give you the rundown on the prices real quick. Okay, so each station, right? We have 5 red potatoes. That's was it $1.24 for 5 red potatoes. We have onion. This I believe is sweet onion, so it's a little pricier. That's 31 cents for the onion. We have the very important unsalted beef broth, great value brand, and it was a great value at $1.23 for 2 pounds of beef broth. But yeah, no salt. Look at this. It's a broth. Sodium 65 milligrams, 3%. It's wonderful. We're gonna add our own salt though for specifications. The carrots, $1.88 for the bag. That's not bad. We have a new addition to our spice rack. We have basil leaves today. The basil leaves was 98 cents. Okay, so that was good. And then the pork sirloin boneless roast was $5.32 by itself. Okay, so this is on the pricier end of what we've done so far. It's certainly pricier than the chicken, which was $2.70 for 5 pounds. This isn't quite that good, but let's get going. Alright, so first what we're going to want to do, okay, is we're going to want to chop up some of these potato guys, or all of them in fact. We're going to chop them all up and we're going to put them into a container, right? We're going to do this right. I forgot to get the containers out. Here we go. So grab these some Tupperwares. One for the potatoes, and hopefully that'll be large enough to contain them. One for the onion when we get to that stage. So here we go. Okay, so we're just going to take these potatoes and we're going to cut them in half, and then we're going to quarter one of the halves like this, because we're going to wind up dicing these. Okay, that's what's going to happen. And then we're going to do that again, sort of on the edges here. So I'm not very good at this. All right, so that way what we've done here is we sort of chopped it into 4 slices. Okay, then we're going to want to turn, and then we're going to do 2 more. So one right here, boom, and one right here, boom. And now we have sort of little oblong rectangular dices, right? So little dices. So we're just going to keep doing that until we get this thing filled up. So we're going to quarter this, boom, boom. We're going to do 2 more here. And yeah, it's going to make them a little tall. They're going to be fun shaped though. They're going to be shaped in a fun way, not just boring squares, you see. So some of them will even turn out, in a triangle sort of way, which is extra fun. See, look, here's a triangle piece right here. See? It's fun for the whole family. Alright, so now you're going to do it again. Oh, that was a bad cut. Be careful not to cut yourself, okay? I don't want any of the audience members commenting in saying, Professor Bonafide, I know what you said, and now I'm in the hospital. Okay, but that's not what I said now, is it? That's a real big thing. Sometimes you'll find some pieces that are dropped it. Pieces that are too big, right? But sometimes you can leave those, because when we put this in the crock pot, we're gonna leave it in there for about 2.5 years. I mean hours, or however long you want to leave it in there before you feel like it's good for you, as long as it's fully cooked all the way. And the potatoes, I'm very clumsy today. That almost never happens. The potatoes are gonna, they don't cook fast, right? Even in high heat, even if you're boiling them. So larger pieces are gonna, take longer to, cook in the water there. So, I mean, small pieces for easy bite-size eating, and the larger pieces for, something a little bit heartier. We need that variety in our life. Hail Eris. Can I get a Hail Eris from you fine folks today? So there we go. We're getting it in there. I say I'm not very fast at this, and I keep losing little pieces. It's a good thing I cleaned this table surface off first before doing this. So we're gonna get there, okay? I'm gonna try and speed this up a little bit, like I do. Just a little bit. All right, there we go. Try not to drop any this time. And this is great. So this is going to be a lot more potatoes than I anticipated. I probably should have just gone with 4, which would have made the potato part of the grocery excursion a little cheaper for you, a little happy on your wallet budget, as we like to do here. See, that keeps happening. There we go. Oh, I did it again. Alright. And we're almost there with the potatoes. We're almost there. See, it doesn't have to take long. It's a lot faster than you think to cook these rustic, robust, imaginative, hearty, these creations that we create together. And sometimes what I would do if I were cooking these in a different way, now I'm just going to do the same thing to this onion here, and I had extra room. We're going to roll with it. We're just going to cut that part off. There we go. That part was going away anyway. A little bit of surface mold. I waited too long. So I was trying to eat all those chicken legs that we made last time, and I'm only one person. I can't eat them that fast, that quickly. But this robust, fantastic, amazing, elegant, simple, rustic, traditional value meal, right? This, dare I say, it's a happy meal of sorts. I'm not want to get into litigation or get sued, but the meal will be happy, and you will also be happy as well. I think that's what I believe. So now, I've never been very good at chopping onions, okay, which may already be obvious by how I'm choosing to do this. I just sort of cut everything the exact same way, which is to say whoops. Again, be very careful, okay, disclaimer, just be careful. I can't have anybody saying, Professor Dumblefuck, Professor Fumble shit. I cut my fingers off, and I'll say, well, don't do that. That wasn't part of the instructions at all. That wasn't even close to something that I said to do. So now we're gonna get fancy with it. We're just gonna kind of fumble it in there. We're gonna just fumble it. There you go. And we're just kind of scrape it. I don't want that one. We're just gonna kind of scrape it. Yeah, that went directly on the floor. It's okay. I'll get it. It's okay. Everything's still under control. Everything's still wonderful in today. So again, I don't want to keep you here all day, right? Because you work long hours. You are out there making those Benjamins, making that bank, and when you get home from your high-powered, you know, whatever it is you do, what is your paycheck place, you don't want to be here all day, right? And so let's see, we're 10.5 minutes into this now, and we're almost done. This is the most prep work. In the sink it goes. And we also don't need this bad boy anymore, so it's now it's in there. So now what we want to do, now we have our stuff, and I could have pre-chopped that. Maybe next time I will to speed this up even more. Damn it, even faster. There we go. Into the sink it goes. Now we got this beef broth. Okay, so we're gonna put, I don't know. Let's just start putting it in there and see how we feel. So we got a measuring cup here. We're gonna just put it in there 1 cup at a time until we feel like we've got a good, you know, amount to work with. Oh, it opens itself. That's very nice. It's very convenient. So here we go. First cup. Oh, and that smells. Oh, that smells brothy. It's I could make, I would say it smells brothily, but I'm not going to do that. That's in poor taste. And this show is all about good taste. We want to have delicious taste, not that kind of poor taste in the show. So there's cup number 1. Okay, so we're just going to put that in there. That doesn't look like nearly enough. So now we're going to do cup number 2. Okay. And this pours very weirdly. I think I'm supposed to open up an air hole port, but whatever. I don't often cook with broth, so this is kind of new to me. But we're gonna get there. There's cup number 2. Okay, I'm probably measuring this weight too carefully. Let's go 2.5 and call it even. Although 2.5 is not even, but that's okay. Yeah, 2.5 cups. There we go. So there's cup number half of that one. And now in the crock pot. And this is a cheap crock pot. I got it from Walmart. It's for where I get everything. And so now we're going to turn on low. Okay. And while that's going, we're going to want to just season the broth. Okay, so I'm going to come over here on this side. I'm going to start selecting these flavors. Now for the broth, I'm just going to dump some basil leaves in there, some basil leaves. And I meant to get bay leaves. I made a little error, a little mistake, but that's okay. We can still do it. All right, so I'm gonna get a spoon here. This spoon is far too large, a tablespoon. What we want now, see, it doesn't even fit in there. I'm just gonna get a half a tablespoon of the basil, and I'm just gonna dump it in there. And that's that. Okay, that's gonna aromatize. It's gonna aromatize the stuff that's in there. Now we're gonna onion powder. And again, just really, I mean, you don't go too crazy because we've got the real onion right here. But I still want that onion flavor. Garlic powder, plain, Great Value brand. And you're thinking, why aren't you putting this stuff on the meat directly? And I will. I'm going to put some pepper on it. I'm going to put some pepper on it. So this is Mrs. Dash Table Blend. Here we go. And I'm relatively certain that this isn't really intended for cooking. It says table blend, so I'm thinking you put it on after you cook, but that's not the way this operates here in my house. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this lid to these onions here, and I'm going to break them up. Okay, because they're kind of clinging together in there. I don't want that. I don't want any onion clumping. There we go. Now it's nice and got to keep them separated. Alright, so we're going to just put that in there, into the broth. Oh yes, it's starting to smell fairly good already. In the sink it goes. There we go. Now next we're going to put the potatoes in as well. Just all of them in there. And then at this point I'm going to stir a little bit. Wow, that's a lot. That's maybe too much. This is the first time I've done this one, so we're taking a journey of discovery together. Okay, so at this stage, I'm going to elect to put another cup of broth in here, because we still have carrots and the roast. Well, we'll do it half cup first and see how that feels. That actually feels fine. Okay, so we're total of 3 cups of broth, and that's most of the container right here. I've got a little bit left. You can hear it sloshing around in there. Okay, now at this point, we are done. Let's get our little utensil holder for our spoon, and then this one goes into the sink in there. Carrots. And what's going to happen, I suspect, because each of these foodstuffs cooks at a different rate. I'm not worrying about it at all, right? This is supposed to be quick and easy, even though we're going to cook it for a couple of hours. The prep's supposed to be quick and easy. Something you could do in the morning before you go off to your busy, high-powered job, doing whatever it is you do. And no, we're not going to put the whole bag in there. That would be ludicrous. And ludicrous hasn't been cool since the early 2000s. Got him. Okay, so we're going to stir that, and I would move it closer, but the power cable that this came with, is very short. This is literally as close away from the outlet as far as I can make it go. But don't worry, I'm gonna get you that money shot. You know I will. You know how I roll. So we put about a third of the bag in there. Okay, about a third of the bag. So now, and you can use these for a light, healthy snack at any time during the day or night. So if you wake up one day and you know you're reaching for that donut, you're reaching for that unhealthy option, you remember, oh, I've got these delightful little carrot matchsticks in my refrigeration unit. And that fits my specification all by itself. I just grab a handful and, you know, be glad you did. So there you go. We're improving lives one day at a step at a time. Now the main event. We have our sirloin roast. So this is 1.8 pounds. It's $2.94 per pound. Where I live. I don't know how much it might cost in your hometown, but here we go. And it's going to be a delightful, delectable, delicious deli experience. So yeah, I'm going to cut this over the sink so I don't get pig juice everywhere. So here we go. I'm just going to cut this bad boy open. Alright, step 1 is complete. Step 2, I'm going to now plop the bad boy into the crock pot mixture. Okay. Oh, that looks delightful. That looks partially invincible. And then I'm going to attempt to get the pot roast. I should have put that in there first. I'm going to attempt to get the pot roast underneath the mixture, okay? So let's see if that's possible. Let's try and scoop that out from under it. Right? Let's get it in there. And we may need to add another cup of broth now that I'm looking at it. So try to get so we did this backwards, but again, this is a discovery moment for all of us together as we get better and better at doing this. And now it's going to be covered in a delightful mixture, right? It's delightful. Okay. Yeah. Let's put some more of that broth in there, because I want to make sure that the potatoes are covered. I did all that time measuring it. Now look, I'm doing it willy-nilly style. Okay. Excellent. So it's about 2:30 in the afternoon here today, which means by about dinner time this is going to be ready. My house, and now we're gonna last ingredient, black pepper. My house is going to very, very soon smell very good. Just dump it on there as much as you please. And then we're gonna salt to our specifications. Just a little bit to get us going, okay? So I don't want, because I can always add more later at a later step. Oh, let's show you the magic, if possible. I don't know if that's possible. I don't think I can get close enough. Okay, that didn't work. I learned I cannot unplug my camera, otherwise the camera shuts off. It's very old. So there we go. Okay, now you can kind of see it. There's meat and potatoes and the stuff we put in there is in there. Great. So that's the best I think I can do for you this time. In terms of that money shot that we all love. Okay. So all right. So let's wrap this up. So we're gonna cover it, and we're gonna just let it cook on low for until it's done. I might put it on high. I don't know. This is the maiden voyage of this crock pot that I bought a couple months ago. So yeah, just check on it every now and then, and if it looks like it's not cooking fast enough, pump the gas, crank up that heat. Yeah, until it's done, and then you and your friends and families and your acquaintances and coworkers maybe even can enjoy a hearty home cooked meal that didn't break your budget. It didn't crash Excel when you entered it into your spreadsheet, and it was lots of flavor and it's easy. I'm gonna go do something else for the rest of the day, and then magically at some point my dinner will exist. And I'll put it on a plate and I'll eat it. I'll carve it up like a roast beast. It's gonna be great. All right, so you go out there and you have fun too, and you in the knowledge, in the confidence that your meal is finishing itself. Okay, this is automated cooking time. All right, so be safe out there and don't be good, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Peace. Bye.